Hello, and welcome to your AI News Roundup for July 20th, 2026. Today we dive into major developments across the industry. The Pentagon is questioning OpenAI's regulation stance, while massive deals are shaking up the tech landscape. Stay tuned for all the details. News number 1. A Pentagon official has criticized OpenAI's Dean Ball regarding his stance on AI regulation and its implications for government contracts. The conflict centers on Ball's policy views, which clash with current defense procurement priorities. Ball previously served as a senior policy advisor at the White House, playing a central role in drafting America's AI Action Plan announced in July 2025. He later joined OpenAI in mid-June 2026 to lead the Strategic Futures team focused on AI policy and governance. Ball argues that restrictive government oversight risks creating a monopoly on AI governance, potentially stifling innovation. He advocates for private sector governance frameworks over strict public regulation. This position is reportedly at odds with those running defense procurement. The Department of Defense's FY 2027 budget request includes $58 billion. News number 2. Jeff Bezos backed CuspAI, a British startup, as it formed a partnership with Nvidia and other industry leaders to find breakthroughs in advanced materials. The company raised $450 million for this effort, valuing CuspAI at $2.6 billion. CuspAI utilizes artificial intelligence to simulate the performance of novel materials, narrowing the possibilities for laboratory testing across semiconductors, clean energy, and advanced manufacturing. Key investors included Kleiner Perkins, NEA, Jeff Bezos Expeditions, AMD Ventures, Lux Capital, Glade Brook Capital Partners, and Britain's Sovereign AI Venture Fund. Josh Coyne, partner at Kleiner Perkins, stated that major technological leaps depend on materials, and the next set of breakthroughs, from carbon capture to semiconductors, is limited by undiscovered materials. He added that CuspAI built a search engine designed to change that landscape. This move aligns with Bezos' own company Prometheus, which focuses on creating AI for physical engineering and invention. News number 3. Nvidia's leadership and market position could propel the company to a $20 trillion market capitalization based on future data center spending projections. Nvidia has projected that the world's annual data center capital expenditures could grow up to $4 trillion by 2030. If this prediction holds true, Nvidia could become a $20 trillion stock over the next few years. This potential valuation is supported by Nvidia's role in providing GPUs and supporting products that serve as the gold standard for high-performance parallel processors. The company secured the vast majority of the market during the early days of the AI arms race, creating a strong barrier for data center operators seeking to switch away from its products. This competitive advantage is expected to grow as demand for AI hardware intensifies globally. News number 4. Meta and Anthropic are discussing a potential agreement for Meta to lease computing power from Anthropic. This potential deal is valued at $10 billion, establishing a significant market stake in AI infrastructure leasing among major technology companies. The discussion centers on providing necessary computational resources for advanced foundation model development and inference operations. News number 5. A lawsuit has been filed against OpenAI following the death of an Alabama woman. The legal action involves claims against the company related to this event. Details regarding the specific nature and context of the lawsuit are currently being addressed in court filings. News number 6. Anthropic is reportedly pursuing multiple billion dollars in credit lines ahead of its planned initial public offering. The AI startup is working with major banks to expand its borrowing capacity as it prepares for a potential public listing later this year. The reported move involves securing new financing that would increase Anthropic's existing $2.5 billion 5-year revolving credit facility, which was obtained from lenders last year. This strategy of expanding credit facilities before an IPO is a common maneuver for companies entering public markets. Furthermore, the banks extending these credit lines often serve as underwriters for the subsequent share sale. News number 7. Microsoft and Amazon reported divergent outcomes on their respective AI cloud investment strategies on April 29, 2026. Microsoft's Intelligent Cloud segment reached $34.68 billion, with its AI business surpassing an annual revenue run rate of $37 billion, up 123% year-over-year. This growth is driven by SaaS adoption. Paid Copilot seats reached over 20 million, with Accenture alone securing 740,000 licenses in the same quarter. Microsoft maintains a gross margin of 68.8%, backed by an RPO backlog of $627 billion. Amazon's approach focuses on infrastructure and hardware. AWS grew 28% to $37.59 billion, marking its fastest pace in 15 quarters. The Trainium chip business crossed a $20 billion run rate, though Q1 CapEx ran $44.2 billion against $26.0 billion in operating cash flow, resulting in negative free cash flow of $18.2 billion. Despite the heavy capital expenditure, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy stated there is high confidence this will be monetized well due to existing customer commitments. Furthermore, Jassy noted that Trainium will save tens of billions of dollars in capex annually. News number 8. Visual Studio Code is rapidly evolving into an agent front end where new features prioritize AI and LLMs over core editor functionality. Historically, VS Code served as a versatile editor configured with add-ons for various complex workflows, including Python environments, database wrangling, digital book publishing, and screenwriting projects. However, recent release notes for versions like 1.127 indicate that nearly every new feature focuses on agents and AI. This trend suggests the platform is shifting its focus toward becoming an agent front-end first, relegating other features to a secondary role. Some argue this shift reflects the maturity of the project, suggesting development attention moves toward attracting new users instead of improving the core editor functionality. News number 9. Google DeepMind has launched an accelerator to deploy frontier AI solutions addressing environmental challenges across the Asia-Pacific region. The program aims to bridge the gap between growing green technology traction and the urgent need for AI-enabled solutions in a region that faces significant climate risk. The accelerator will select 10 to 15 startups, research teams, and nonprofits headquartered in Asia-Pacific applying frontier AI to environmental issues. Applicants must focus their projects on nature protection, sustainable agriculture, forest protection, sustainability, or energy, with specific interest in AI-enabled nature protection and sustainable agriculture. To qualify, organizations need a functional prototype or minimum viable product with early validation, an in-house technical team with deep machine learning expertise, and a solution where AI is the core driver. Submissions must demonstrate potential to integrate Google AI models such as Gemini, Gemma, AlphaEarth, Forestry, or Perch. Furthermore, at least 2 or 3 key leaders, including founders or CXOs, must actively participate. The application deadline for this 3-month program is July 26, 2026. News number 10. Apple's financial achievement has shifted the prevailing narrative within the artificial intelligence industry. This move, valued at $4.9 trillion, fundamentally alters how the market views AI development and valuation. The result challenges existing assumptions about where future growth and investment are focused in the technology sector. News number 11. Apple has just surpassed Nvidia to become the world's most valuable company, shifting the center of gravity in the AI trade. This change occurred on Friday, with Apple achieving this status without purchasing any GPU warehouses. The combined market value finished the week worth approximately $4.9 trillion. This move signals a shift where distribution is becoming more critical than raw chips or compute for major tech players. Apple was up 23% this year, while Nvidia saw a 7% increase. Since its May peak, Nvidia has shed nearly $800 billion in market capitalization. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index fell near bear market territory. News number 12. The practical floor for serious local inference on a single 24GB GPU involves strategic model selection and memory management. A 24GB card serves as the practical minimum for running capable models, placing cards like the RTX 3090 or RTX 4090 in this tier. To maximize performance, the strategy shifts from attempting to load massive 70B quantized models to utilizing modern 20B, 35B class models that fit cleanly within the VRAM. Memory consumption during inference involves 3 factors: model weights, the KV cache, and runtime overhead. For model weights using the Q4_K_M quantization standard, each parameter costs roughly 0.58 bytes. A 32B model requires about 18 to 20 gigabytes in weights alone. Mixture of experts models present a specific challenge because every expert remains resident in VRAM, regardless of token routing, meaning memory must be sized by total parameters, not active parameters. Furthermore, the KV cache grows with context length, and runtime overhead adds roughly 1 to 2 gigabytes for the cache and serving stack at short contexts. Quantization is the lever making this setup workable. News number 13. Meta Platforms appears set to abandon a $174 billion investment to focus on further its artificial intelligence ambitions. This move comes as Meta aggressively invests in high-growth initiatives like the metaverse and AI. The company is among 13 publicly traded companies on U.S. exchanges valued at north of $1 trillion. While Mark Zuckerberg has pursued heavy investments in these areas, the article notes that Meta's share repurchase program has done some heavy lifting over the last decade. This specific investment had a decisively positive impact on the company's bottom line. News number 14. North Dakota lawmakers are exploring options for limited regulation of artificial intelligence. Lawmakers in North Dakota are currently exploring potential frameworks for regulating AI technology. This discussion focuses on establishing limited regulatory options for the industry. The exploration is being conducted by state lawmakers, as reported by the North Dakota Monitor. News number 15. Xi Jinping is promoting an open and accessible Chinese alternative to challenge the dominance of the United States in artificial intelligence. This strategic move aims to establish a competitive alternative within the global AI landscape. The promotion focuses on developing access to open-source models for broader deployment. This initiative reflects a push by China to increase accessibility and establish a competing framework for advanced AI technologies globally. News number 16. China is positioning itself as the leader in a new global AI order, directly challenging U.S. dominance in the field. This strategic pitch aims to establish China's role in shaping the future direction of artificial intelligence governance on an international scale. The move reflects a push by Beijing to assert greater influence over the emerging standards and frameworks governing foundational model development and deployment worldwide. News number 17. The analysis evaluates the significant disparities in revenue scale between CoreWeave and Applied Digital within the artificial intelligence sector. This evaluation focuses on the differences in financial metrics among these two AI companies. The comparison highlights varying levels of market penetration across the AI industry. Understanding these revenue scales is critical when assessing the competitive landscape for infrastructure providers and digital services. News number 18. An AI chip startup that has been etched is reportedly in discussions for a $20 billion valuation. This valuation places the company within the high-stakes market for specialized hardware supporting large language models and complex inference operations. The reported talks reflect significant interest in the sector's infrastructure, which drives competitive dynamics among major players developing foundational models. News number 19. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing has announced developments regarding its involvement in the artificial intelligence build-out. This move demonstrates the ongoing status of AI infrastructure development within the semiconductor supply chain. The announcement highlights the current state of manufacturing capabilities supporting the growing demand for advanced AI hardware. This fact underscores TSMC's role in facilitating the physical execution required for large-scale AI deployments. News number 20. The surging demand for AI chips raises questions about the potential valuation of key semiconductor players like ASML Europe. Analysts are examining whether the ongoing AI chip boom could propel ASML Europe toward becoming the first trillion-dollar firm in the region. This analysis focuses on the market implications of the current chip sector growth and its impact on European semiconductor giants. News number 21. Artificial intelligence is expanding organizational intelligence beyond human limits in the context of the future of work. This expansion focuses on how AI enhances organizational capabilities by processing and synthesizing data at scales exceeding human capacity. The focus is on leveraging these advanced systems to improve operational knowledge within organizations. This development shifts the dynamic of work by demonstrating AI's role in augmenting collective decision-making processes. News number 22. Analog Devices has mapped the semiconductor case for physical intelligence in industrial automation. This work, reported by MarketScale, details the integration of semiconductor technology within industrial automation systems. The mapping establishes the foundational architecture for physical intelligence applications utilizing these components across the sector. News number 23. AI is accelerating the process of drug discovery through advanced computational methods. Machine learning models are being utilized to analyze complex biological data and predict molecular interactions, drastically reducing the time required for preclinical research. This application leverages deep learning techniques for rapid analysis of vast datasets, optimizing candidate selection and improving therapeutic outcomes. News number 24. John Lei, chief scientist at the Humanoid Robotics Innovation Center, has identified the nation as a pacesetter in embodied intelligence and humanoid robotics. This statement positions national efforts within the field of physical AI development. The focus is on advancing embodied intelligence through humanoid robotics research led by the Innovation Center. News number 25. Netflix has revealed its proprietary LLM engine developed by StartupHub.ai. This development centers on integrating large language models into content creation workflows for streaming services. The engine focuses on optimizing production pipelines and leveraging generative AI for content strategy. This move aims to establish a competitive advantage in utilizing deep learning models for high-volume media processing. News number 26. A new AI model in China has halted incoming subscriptions due to overwhelming demand exceeding current capacity. This action was taken because the demand for access surpassed the system's operational limits. The situation indicates that the capacity constraints of the platform were triggered by the influx of user requests. This event highlights the immediate pressure placed on infrastructure when subscriber demand outstrips available processing power. News number 27. AI scientists are forming collaborative networks to address shared challenges in AI safety and alignment despite growing geopolitical rifts. This collaboration is driven by the recognition that risks associated with advanced AI systems transcend national borders. Global cooperation is necessary to develop robust safety protocols and ethical guidelines for these systems. News number 28. No factual content was provided for this news item. Therefore, no narration can be generated based on specific facts. News number 29. Tensions are escalating between AI employees and executives regarding internal policy battles. This growing divide centers on differing views of operational policies within the industry. The conflict highlights friction points concerning how corporate strategy is implemented versus employee perspectives on organizational governance. These policy disagreements reflect a deeper structural tension among various stakeholders in the AI sector. News number 30. This symposium introduced the concept of opinio juris regarding international law and artificial intelligence in armed conflict. Discussions centered on establishing legal frameworks for AI deployment within military contexts. The event addressed the complex intersection between existing international law principles and the rapidly evolving capabilities of artificial intelligence systems. Thank you for watching today's AI news. Please subscribe and hit that like button. Join us tomorrow as we dive into the next wave of AI breakthroughs and developments.